Good morning, all. Okay. This Sunday, we're going to talk about the spiritual wisdom of pets. How many have had pets? Just about everybody. That's good. Cats, dogs. Cats, dogs. Horses. Pigs, goats.
Gerbils.
Chickens. Okay, gerbil. Okay. Well, that's been the pretty good definition of pet, isn't it? So before we get started with that today, I want to do our meditation. I want to get us into a more relaxed, a more calm, let's begin by calming our mind as we sit and become comfortable as possible. Allow your mind to become more comfortable too. If you're ready, you can close your eyes. Start to focus on your breathing. Breathing a bit more deeply than you usually do, and exhaling a bit more slowly. I'm not going to do our count today. I think we can do this. We've got to observe our breath. It's a great way to bring the mind into a state of focus. Take your time breathing. Let it move slowly and effortlessly. Now I want you to shift your awareness from your breath back to your body. Feel the floor beneath you. Now think about the room or the space that we're in. How does it feel to be here? What is this place like? Take notice of some of the things around you that you might take for granted. Think of this room as a shelter, a haven, keeping you safe. From those outside elements, keeping you well protected and comfortable. Feel the air on your skin. Notice what it feels like. Is it warm? Is it cold? Appreciate the temperature of the air that surrounds you. Now I want you to move your attention to the sounds in this room. Perhaps there's a clock, the hum of a fan, murmur of voices. Rather than thinking of these sounds as noises or distractions, lend some appreciation to them. Think of each sound as an opportunity to explore your surroundings and become more mindful of all the moving parts that exist here. Just listen. Be present. Breathe deeply now and see what you can smell. See if you can uncover scents that you may not have realized were here. Inhaling through your nose, you can pick up on subtle aromas, perhaps the smell of wood, or some other aroma. Notice these scents that are drifting through our space. We're just here to breathe and explore and appreciate this moment of mindfulness. Now I want you to begin to extend your awareness to outside of your immediate surroundings. Think about your entire home and everything within it. Bring to mind the things that you use every day to keep your life running smoothly. Mundane things like alarm clocks, refrigerators, closets. See yourself going through a normal day, but moving more slowly through it, more mindfully. Taking your time getting dressed, washing up, eating, working. Imagine taking the time each day to express gratitude for all these modern conveniences. Try not to dwell on the haves and the have-nots. Simply appreciate every aspect of your daily experience. Continue to breathe deeply, setting an intention to move more mindfully throughout each day, starting right now. Extending your awareness even further now as you think of the world outside. Think of the blue sky, the sun, the trees that offer shade, soil beneath your feet. It's easy to find gratitude for everything that runs smoothly in our lives, but how about the bumps in the road? We can be thankful for these little life lessons too. The spilled milk, the flat tire, the seemingly endless grocery line, all of the little errands or minor annoyances that pepper our days. Every mishap offers us a chance to slow down, a chance to live in the present moment and to focus our attention on the matters at hand. Let's take a deep breath now. Pulling the air as far into our body as comfortable. And a slow letting go breath as you release all stress. Another deep inhale and slow exhale, releasing expectation. Engage with a peaceful, steady rhythm of your breath as you continue to invite gratitude into this experience. It is said when it comes to life, the critical thing is whether you take things for granted or you take them with gratitude. Let that sink in. Do you take things for granted, or do you take them with gratitude? Let's take another deep breath in. Slowly exhale. As we start to slowly and gently bring our awareness back to this time and place. Another deep breath. Another slow exhale, realizing we can come back here anytime. When you are ready, and you have become aware that your body is once more yours, then you can open your eyes and welcome back. How are we doing?
Good.
Yeah. Today, we're going to continue with our talk on the spiritual wisdom of pets. It's taken from this brochure. If you don't have one, I highly recommend you get one. We also have, I saw on the back table, sorry people at home, on the back table we have some leftover from a few years ago. Now, today, I am supposed to talk about the spiritual wisdom of pets, a role model for boundaries. Now, when we talked earlier, we said there's all kinds of different animals that we have as pets. And to those, most of those animals, I can't speak to because I've never had a dog or a horse or a goat or a lamb or fish or whatever living in my house. But I have had cats. Lots and lots of cats. My wife and I have been married for 48 years, and we figured the other day that during those years we've probably had living with us somewhere over 30 cats during that time frame. Obviously, always multiples. You know, we don't own one of anything, I don't think. So I'm going to speak today about the role model for boundaries as presented by cats. Okay? Now, what's the first thing you think of when you think of a boundary? How about just a single little word, no? Okay? No. That's a pretty powerful word. And whether you're whispering it or whether you're screaming it at the top of your lungs, the meaning is pretty much the same, isn't it? And what's more, everybody seems to understand what is meant by no, even our pets. Now, like I said, my experience is with cats, so I can definitely tell you that the word no to a cat doesn't always get recognized the way you would hope it would be recognized. They tend to take their own time in recognizing that. So, but it is a very simple word. It's a very clear word. It's a very easy word to understand. So why is it so difficult to say sometimes? In her article of May 2025, entitled What Cats Can Teach Us About Boundaries, Helen Kozinski offers reasons why it's hard for us to say no. This is what she talks about. Here are a few reasons. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings. You'll feel guilty. You feel you should say yes, which is probably why you feel guilty. You want to please the other person, and you worry that the other person may miss an opportunity if you turn down an offer to help them. Now, those are fairly good reasons, aren't they, to say no to someone? I mean, if you have to say no, those aren't bad. They aren't particularly good, but they aren't bad. But you know who doesn't struggle with these questions? Cats. Cats don't struggle with these kinds of questions. Cats model self-respect and clarity and the ability to say no without any apology. Wouldn't it be great to be a cat? But just saying no, I mean, cats obviously don't have a verbal language that we understand readily, so how do cats say no? And maybe it's this way. I mean, that look tells you no. That look tells you, go away. Why are you here? Now, I don't know. Do dogs have a similar look? I don't know. Like I say, I have no experience in that realm, so today I'm going to be looking at cats. You know, in many spiritual traditions, cats are regarded as the teachers of independence, of self-respect, and of clear communication. They offer us profound lessons in how to establish and maintain personal boundaries. And that's what we're talking about today. What they do instinctively models a spiritual wisdom that prioritizes self-care and honors one's needs without apology. Cats are skilled at understanding and communicating their needs, whether that need be for rest or food or personal space. That's what's called a cat look. Should we practice it? Huh? You think we could get that down? I don't know. But that cat look means a cat can say no with a simple look. And when that isn't enough, they give you other subtle signals. They'll thump their tail. They may hiss. But more than likely, what they're going to do is they are going to give you that look, and then they're going to slowly, unapologetically get up and walk away from you. What a lesson. What a lesson in using your body language to set boundaries. And when he does that, cats don't apologize for leaving. They left because the situation no longer benefited them. There's another good lesson. Be a good lesson in affirming your own self-respect. Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought that saying no to somebody is honoring your own self-respect? And if they honor you, they'll respect that decision. But cats can teach us other lessons as well, because cats are territorial, are they not? That's generally accepted. And they strongly defend their areas. There's another spiritual lesson for you. Protecting your own physical and emotional energy. Cats demonstrate that safeguarding your space is an act of self-preservation. Protect your peace, as it were. And this could involve avoiding emotionally draining people or creating a calm, safe environment for yourself. In some spiritual contexts, they have a term they call black cat energy. Anybody know what black cat energy is? No? Black cat energy means attracting what you desire by projecting confidence rather than chasing after what you're after. It teaches you to focus on your well-being and therefore letting the right people and the right opportunities come to you. Cats, when they're hunting, what do? They lay in wait. They wait for the prey to come to them. And when it does, they attack. Cats are also famous for taking cat naps. I think cats actually sleep 70% of the day. I just wish they'd pick a different 70%. But they have to recharge, right? And it's smart, another lesson for us. Take the time, recharge during the day, because if you don't refresh your social energy, you're not going to be nearly as effective as you would have been otherwise when you finally go to that social group. And you're just not being your genuine self when you're tired and drawn out. And believe me, I can attest to that. Cats also, while being domesticated, are not fully tamed. So neither should we. Neither should we be tamed. So this is offering us the spiritual lesson on resisting control and rejecting unhealthy norms, wherever they may be. You are encouraged to stay true to your authentic self. And lastly, cats depend on their instincts to navigate their environment. When a situation feels off, they trust their senses and they walk away. This should be a reminder to all of us to trust our instincts and step away from toxic situations. A cat will simply get up and walk away from any interaction that isn't beneficial, and that demonstrates the best choice is to leave a situation that no longer works. Right now, I'm going to get a little personal. Because what I've talked about up till now has been general characteristics of cats and how they can help us through their spiritual wisdom of setting boundaries. But I want to introduce you to somebody. This is Pretty Boy Floyd. We named him that because that's how he looks. When he came to stay with us, he was already an adult cat. We had known him previously. He had been around the house a couple years earlier, wanting to play with our cats. At that time, we used to let a couple of them out. So he was one of the neighborhood cats. And then they disappeared for 2 years. We assumed his family had moved away and that was it. But then one day he shows up underneath my workshop, all scraggly and thin and obviously looking for some help. So that's when we took him in. We took him in as an adult, which is different than starting your relationship with a kitten. With a kitten, there's multiple opportunities to, feel each other out and get to know each other and set boundaries. With an adult cat, his boundaries are already set. So it was going to take something else. We were going to have to do some come to Jesus negotiations. And it would happen like this. Just about every night, Gene and I would finish dinner, we'd be sitting in the living room watching TV, and Floyd would want to discuss something. He'd jump up onto we have a recliner couch, he'd jump up there, and he'd say something to the effect of, "We got to talk, Guy. Something isn't working right. Dinner wasn't what he wanted. Maybe it was a negotiation for treats. Who knows?" But whatever it was, we would negotiate. And sometimes during those negotiations, even if a decision was close, we found ourselves having to renegotiate. He wasn't quite happy with what he thought we were going to be doing, so he said, "Wait a minute, Dad." And so we'd renegotiate. And we'd come to terms. So maybe he needed 5 pieces of treats instead of 3 that day. I don't really remember what the renegotiation was about, but that's what we did. But then there was always, after the negotiation, there was mutual respect as we sealed the deal. Sometimes it was a head bump. Sometimes we'd rub noses, whatever he was in the mood for. And once we got to this point, then respect became trust and love. I'm sitting in my office chair right there, and he used to like to jump up in it while I was working on the computer. You know how cats don't like computers. And he'd just lay there and he'd go to sleep. I miss him. I miss him. That's okay. Because just because he was a cat, or just because they're a dog, doesn't make them any less valid a recipient of our love and compassion than any human being could be. See, this is how our pets are more than just cherished companions. You know, since I started coming to Unity and saying things a little differently through the principles, I've come to look at all of our pets, not as companions, but as partners. We're on a journey of transformation. They're here to help us. They're here to show us and provide opportunities for us to practice the better part of our nature, to practice generosity, to live to our ethics, and to set boundaries. Thank you for your kind attention today. Namaste.
Thank you, Bill. I know how hard that was for you. And now is the time to enter into generosity consciousness. Thank you to all who have continued blessing our spiritual community with your tithes and offerings. We are truly blessed by your giving. If you felt led by Spirit to give today, we invite you to prepare your gift now. If you are being led to make a recurring gift, you can visit our website to set up a monthly gift via PayPal. We now invite you to hold the thought of your gift in your mind and your heart as we say our offering blessing together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen.
Single breath and a single cry, open hands then open eyes, slipping into life, hello world. Move an arm then move a leg, bit by bit, day by day, crawl, stand, walk through the world. As seed must come before the sprout, as breath must come before the shout, as food precedes the smallest growth, belief must come before the oath, as will prepares the hand to move, awareness brings the self-improved. As this universe unfolds, Ah, so do I. Step by step, A to B, everything, yes, you and me, traveling this path so divine. Never doubting, facing fear, trusting process, staying clear. Life is what it is, so divine. As seed must come before the sprout, as breath must come before the shout, as food precedes the smallest growth, belief must come before the oath, as will prepares the hand to move, awareness brings the self-improved. As this universe unfolds, ah, so do I. Let me follow what I know is mine. Let me follow what I am inside. Let me follow what I know is mine. Let me follow what I am inside. As seed must come before the sprout, as breath must come before the shout, as food precedes the smallest growth, belief must come before the oath, as will prepares the hand to move, awareness brings the self-improved. As this universe unfolds, ah, so do I.
So do I.
Ah, so do I.
So do I.